Not enough people are talking about the performance of Aaron Rodgers this year. In the city of Pittsburgh, certainly. But from a national perspective, I think a lot of people are looking at Rodgers and saying, isn't that good for him? He's looking much better in Pittsburgh. Much better. He's looking like he's once again one of the better quarterbacks in the National Football League. Third in the league in passing touchdowns, 14, which is something the Steelers have not enjoyed in a very long time. A quarterback that can actually fill the end zone up with passing touchdowns. He's 10th in the league in completion percentage, still as precise as ever, 68.6% through the first 6 games of the year. He's 24th in yards, which is a little lower than you'd expect, but I think a lot of that has to do with, one, the personnel around him. He has one number one receiver and then a cast of characters that any given week needs someone to step up and play beyond their capabilities to be in that wide receiver 2 role. But also, he's playing on a team whose defensive motto is bend, don't break. There hasn't been a lot of possession time for Aaron Rodgers in the Pittsburgh Steelers offense comparatively to some of the other better offenses and better quarterbacks in the National Football League. In a year where a lot of people didn't know what to expect out of Aaron Rodgers, he's 41 years old. Over the last 3 seasons, he has been on a downward trajectory. A lot of people in the media believed that. Certainly the New York Jets believed that, and I think to an extent the Green Bay Packers did as well. And yet, he was able to kind of turn the tables on everybody. Because while, no, there's not a 5-year future for Aaron Rodgers, maybe there is, likely not. He has put himself back on a level to where he is one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league, no question about it. And he is arguably, on any given week, a top 5 quarterback in the National Football League. It's been a year of headlines surrounding Aaron Rodgers, which you would expect for a guy that has literally a Netflix documentary entitled Enigma. But he already has a couple of major milestones under his belt. He passed Brett Favre for 4th all-time in passing touchdowns, and at this current pace, he could pass Peyton Manning for 3rd all-time by the end of the season if he continues to play the way he's been playing. He passed Big Ben Roethlisberger last week for 5th all-time in passing yards. It's going to be a little harder for him to catch 4th in that race, but nonetheless, a major milestone for him. And now, he is just one win away from tying his total win total as a New York Jet. 0 in 2023, dealt with an injury 4 snaps into the season, as most know, and 5 last year. Some people projected the Steelers to have the same exact season. Said, hey, it's going to be a 5-12 again. It's going to be Tomlin's first losing season. And yet here we are entering week 8 of the NFL season, and he's already 4-2. So he can do that, tie his Jets win total, and make history in the same game. Sunday is going to be the first time ever. You don't get many firsts with a 41-year-old quarterback, but Sunday will be the first time ever that Aaron Rodgers plays the Green Bay Packers. They drafted him 24th overall back in 2005. He won a Super Bowl with that organization. He won 4 MVPs with that organization. Shoot, he passed Brett Favre, he passed Big Ben. A lot of that groundwork was laid as him being the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. Now he's a chance to make history against the team that he's made so much history with over his career. A win on Sunday Night Football would not only make the Steelers 5-2, which would make everybody happy, but it would make him the 5th quarterback in the history of the game to beat all 32 NFL teams. The names on that list could realistically be a Mount Rushmore of NFL quarterbacks. Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, and Tom Brady. That is Mount Rushmore material. That's subjective, of course. Sorry, objective for anybody saying it, but that is the caliber of class that Aaron Rodgers continues to join with his performance in 2025. Now, it's no easy task. Green Bay comes in with a hell of a defense, 6th ranked in total defense, 1st ranked in rush defense. So Jaylen Warren has his work cut out for him, and 15th ranked in pass defense. But even though they're 15th in pass defense, that pass rush is lethal, and Aaron Rodgers is going to have his head on a swivel. But I will say this. When it comes to the Steelers this weekend, when it comes to Aaron Rodgers trying to make history, I think I'm going to lean towards him. I think history is going to be in his favor because this is the first time against Green Bay for Aaron Rodgers, but it is not the first time that we have seen revenge Aaron Rodgers at work. Revenge Rodgers is a different animal because we saw that in week 1 against the New York Jets. And while the defense wasn't great in week 1, the offense was 22 of 30 for 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions. That is what Revenge Rodgers looks like in 2025. And now multiply that by the fact that he cares way more about playing the Green Bay Packers than he ever cared about playing the New York Jets. He even said as much after the game at the press conference. Quote, "It doesn't come close to how it's going to feel to play Green Bay because that was 18 years of my career." He said it point blank. This game means more to Aaron Rodgers, and he's been off to a really good start so far. So now that it means a little bit more, I expect a huge performance from Rodgers and the Steelers offense once again because they've been stacking those a couple weeks in a row. So I expect that trend to continue despite the fact that they are playing a very, very good defense in the Green Bay Packers. The stage is set for a historic night and a matchup of historic franchises. The only downfall, the only downside is that the Steelers are wearing some historically bad looking uniforms. It's Sunday Night Football. The vibes are immaculate. And yet, I don't think those jerseys are even going to look good on the field because that happens a lot. There's times where you post promo videos and you're like, okay, those jerseys look awful. And then you see them on the field, you see them on TV, and you're like, okay, they actually look pretty good. I'm hoping that's the case for these ones. Not sure it's going to be. I like the yellow helmet, but the jerseys are, I would call them a monstrosity. You let me know in the comment section. Do you agree or do you think they're nice? And also in the comment section, let me know. Do you think Aaron Rodgers continues to make history in his first year with the Pittsburgh Steelers? Do you think he becomes the 5th ever quarterback to beat all 32 NFL teams? We'll have to wait and see. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Remember, if you like videos like this, to subscribe to my channel at Nick Belsky. We have more Steelers videos coming. We have Tip of the Iceberg, a Penguins podcast that every Monday uploads onto this channel as well as we collaborate with them. And we also have wrestling videos that'll come up from time to time. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.